Hello everyone, welcome back to Synthetic 2. It has been a heck of a long time. I did upload a video earlier today that was an old recording that I made about a month back. Now this was off the cuff of our 2-hour 46-minute run. After that run, I changed internet service providers and I have had a shit of a time with changing internet service providers, and so I'm sorry for the massive hiatus that was between those two videos. I'm hoping now that the internet is all sorted out that I can upload a little more regularly, hoping for every 2-3 days, but just got to see what my availability is like. For now, we're going to go for the Eliminator. We're going to go for 150% escalation. That's a little bit down from last time because it's been a while for me, alright? So, let's go through what the Eliminator does, and then we'll play catch up a little bit. So, we have the L24 Eraser. This is the dash. Dodge roll in any direction to dodge incoming damage. Next 3 shots you shoot fire a laser, dealing damage and I believe arcing, yes, bouncing between enemies. We have the X988 Refractor Sphere. This shoots out a sphere that will distract enemies. If we shoot at it and hit it, it will bounce those shots off the sphere and hit enemies. Good one to deploy around corners, keep yourself safe. We're running here the Distractor Cluster. Summon a field of Distractors drones which draw enemy fire and attack nearby targets with lasers. Pretty self-explanatory there. We got our Healing Stim. We have Headhunter. Getting 10 consecutive kills without taking damage gives you a contract. Each new contract requires 1 additional kill. You get 100 credits, 1% crit chance, and 1% movement speed. Now, reaching 10 contracts grants 20% reload and ejection speed with all weapons also. And we have the Eraser upgrade passive. Eraser usage briefly grants bonus movement speed and weak point damage, which is great. We're going to be running the Infiltration Kick here. It starts us off with a helium handgun. Weak point hits giving us extra damage and increased damage per weak point hit. If an enemy comes within 5 meters, it resets those stats and gives us 3 seconds infiltration to escape, which I believe gives us a little bit of an invisibility and movement speed. You know, we got the data to, let's go with the CR18 burst fire pistol hit and get on going. Shake off the rust a little bit. Now that we've made it this far, now that you guys have made it this far, I feel comfortable saying that this is actually my second run today. I played so poorly in my first run and I took a phone call during it and I decided that it was not good enough. And trust me, you'll thank me for that. You will definitely thank me for that. I don't think anyone wants to see me essentially just getting my ass kicked and a pause to take a phone call in a menu that I was going to have to edit out, and I really didn't want to edit it out. And what I'm trying to say is that maybe my own laziness was more a factor of me not keeping the video rather than the quality of the video. Nonetheless, that file is lost to time. I deleted it essentially the moment I finished recording it. And here we are. So hopefully this means the quality of the gameplay is going to be increased. Well, that's what I'm hoping. I've had dinner. I feel like I have a good amount of energy. I feel excited. Let's have a look at our first item here. Picking up the Sidewinder, very simple item. Shots fire a homing missile when ready. Dealing explosive damage. Who'd have thought a missile would deal explosive damage? And suppressing nearby enemies. Passively, we get a bit more damage range as well. Alright, spawn the laser drones. Get them distracting. Shoot him out there and just go down. Apparently I've gendered the refractor. I've decided that it's male. Personally, I feel that too many of these androids are mask coded. So you know what? Refractor Sphere, you're a female now. I'm gonna put a concerted effort into firing her out for representational reasons. Now call me woke. Probably statistically, in a YouTube audience, I would say about 80% of you just like clicked off the video as soon as I said that, which is great because I've gotten rid of the worst 80% of you, and only the cream of the crop remain. Those really committed to the audio issues, to the desyncs, to the awful gameplay, the silent commentary, to the rambling. You're the people I want around anyway. If you can handle me at my worst, then the mid stuff will just glaze over you, as far as I'm concerned. Alright. Moving forward. Shoot right at her. Alright, we got coppers. So we're gonna back off a little. And I'm loving the Sidewinder at the moment. I'm addicted to it. Yeah, let's just get him to come in here. Shoot her out. See, I'm actually committing. I'm committing to the bit that this thing is female. Because it reflects all my advances. Anyway. New weapon. What do we got? The RGL Synthethizer. We love a bit of a grenade launcher here in the biz. We got the assault variant for more movement speed, reload, and eject speed. Nothing better than that. Lost shot fires a powerful scatter shot and increased crit chance. It's a rubber shot. Soft ballistic technology. Let's try it out. I mean, you can't complain about a thing like that, can you? The sound effect? Gorgeous sound effect. Rubber bullets bouncing off things. Now that being said, does it seem strong to me? Not necessarily. But it's getting the job done here. And because I like the sound, we're gonna roll with it. And it's got single shot reload, which I like as well. Yes, please leave me alone, cops. It just feels like a whole cesspool of mid, this web. I want to be an excited commentator, but I'm committed to giving you guys everything real and not acting overexcited about things that seem awful. So I'll be real with you. The silence pistol, good. That fucking thing, I don't want to even equip it again. I have no commitment to it at all. I tried it for a couple seconds. I liked the sounds it made. I'm already over it. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to get as many contracts as we can as soon as we can. So stay out of sight. Don't take too much damage. Get a ton of weak point hits to stack up our passive. I wonder if 11 means 11 contacts or 11 kills. You know, it's hard to say. However, we have a gambler's den here. And we have the opportunity for something like big time investment, giving us item effect power every area. Which we're going to take because we're early on. I can't be stuck walking back down there, so let's just motor. Motor on with the silence pistol. I'm gonna explore southwest first. Yeah, there's nothing going on there. What's been going on with me? Well, had an interview for a new role at my office job. Did not succeed. However, they said they might be eyeing me for a different team, which could be good. Problem is, they might say that to any old person, right? Like, I have a feeling people with a lot more experience than me in having an office job in that kind of biz is gonna be like, yeah, I call bullshit, but you have to hold out a little hope, right? Maybe I got the one honest guy who's like, yeah, we're actually looking for something for you. I don't know. But I had that, I've just been, you know, seeing every day through. I had, well, lots of drama with internet service providers. They really screwed me around. I changed my phone plan over as well to them, and that took forever. They gave me lots of different information on the internet situation. In short, they set me up on a backup network instead of the broadband that I was meant to have. I was on like a 4G backup. Meant to have this 4G backup while your real internet gets set up. Well, they called a separate company in Australia called the NBN Co. to diagnose a problem that was at my property. However, they had not actually made this appointment. They had just noted down in their system that they ought to make that appointment. And then several weeks later, when I called them, they said, yeah, we really need to do that. And I said, okay, can you do it then? And only then did they manage to do it. If I had never called them, I have no idea whether they would have ended up helping me out or just left me in the lurch and kept me on a backup network forever. But we got it sorted. We got it sorted earlier today, in fact. And that's how committed I am to getting this backup going for you guys, is that on the day that my internet gets fixed, I'm straight onto the Synthetik 2. So I appreciate that. And I hope everyone's still enjoying this game too. Because I freaking do, man. I think this shit is really underrated. But there are a lot of other games that I've been enjoying as well lately. Some that I would consider recording, some that I wouldn't. For instance, like everyone else who isn't living under a rock, I've been playing a lot of Helldivers too. That game, man, that's a game. That is a hell of a game. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just got soul. It's got the X factor, which I know is a vague thing to say. But it's seriously just got what all other games want. There's something about the way they've programmed the animations and just the way the game presents itself to you that's just so beautiful. Look, let's go for the damaging shotgun blast in short range. It's just fun. Moment to moment, that game is just incredibly fun. And I haven't played a game that's like that in a while. And I also don't feel like they're trying to steal my money every 3 seconds, which I very often feel when I play video games nowadays. Is that they're trying to get as many dollars from me as possible, as quickly as possible. And it makes me want to fucking scream. I'm deeply passionate about it. I grew up playing classic Blizzard titles. I played a lot of Diablo. I delved a little into StarCraft and Warcraft as well, but Diablo was like a big thing for me. D2 BattleNet. You buy the game, it never asked for $1 from me ever again. The one time it did, it was like the best expansion of any game I've ever played, so I was stoked. Played a lot of Age of Empires, played a lot of Civilization, so your AAA strategies. Man, you used to get value for money from a video game back then, let me tell you. But nowadays, and it's a human problem as well, it's not just a problem of design, we're getting bored of games way quicker than we used to. Because there used to be a certain scarcity around games, I feel. Like, not as many games would come out. You didn't have things like Steam, where you'd have access to such a huge number of games at once. And so you enjoyed what you had, and you got as much enjoyment out of the games that you had as you could, and I think the games were designed around that, and it's changed It's changed a lot. Upgrade shop. I love going for dash first, especially cooldown on dash just saves your butt. I love the refractor sphere. Chance to multicast is hilarious, but probably not great. Let's go for a random power upgrade. It can reduce our power by 40%, or it can increase it by 40, 80, 120, or have another effect that I'm not sure of. In this case, it's just gone up by 40%, which we will not complain about. I don't care to upgrade our items because they're going to get passively upgraded by the big time investment. Let's go for one more ability upgrade and then save money. Let's go for dash again. Chance not to go on cooldown is awesome. Now you might have noticed we're saving our upgrade kits. I want to get a real weapon. Alright, we're up against the plane boss here. And it's not lagging my entire game out. Anyone who watched the 2-hour, 46-minute run, of which there were, I don't know, like 11 of you, will know that this game put my computer into PowerPoint presentation mode the last time I bought it. I think I said this boss. And I'm really hoping that doesn't happen again. It was a lot of fun at the time, but I wouldn't, recommend it to anyone. Oh yeah. I think the grenade launcher might be the way to go against this boss. Until it overheats, of course. Yes, embarrassingly, and I will admit it, on the first recording I made today, I died to the first boss, and it was the slice and dice boss. And I think it's that level of shame that made me delete the episode almost instantly. No one dies to that thing, man. It's a joke. But it got me. It got me when I least expected it to. And I will not make that same mistake again. Speaking of slice and dice though, this is the best segue ever. The other game that I've seen recently got a big update and recently got onto Steam was indeed the dice-based roguelite Slice and Dice. Now, chances are 0 of you watching this are going to be aware of that game, or maybe 1. But I would love to record and play that game. 1, because I am very mediocre at it, and I think it would be fun to sort of get better, and maybe even receive feedback if anyone's watching. Before I go on there though, let's have a look at the evolutions. Let's not get too off track. Replaces the L24 laser, so the dash, and upgrades. Readies the Trident Eraser. The next shot also fires 3 lasers, of which 2 secondary lasers target near enemies. Activates a quick speed boost. What the hell? Let's try it. Okay, so instead of dashing, we just get a speed boost. And it shoots out a triple laser. That's simple enough. So yeah, we might see some slice and dice happening, or... I mean... maybe Helldivers if something particularly interesting happens and I happen to have the camera rolling, but I would say unlikely on that front. Unlikely also, Dragon's Dogma 2. I've ordered a new CPU for my computer. I plan on playing Dragon's Dogma 2 once I get that, because my goodness, apparently it needs it, if the articles are anything to go by. Unlikely to see that, but there are a plethora of roguelites that I love to play. I've been thinking about Inkbound lately. I've been thinking about, well, like I said, Slice and Dice. Balatro is a big one, which I know people really like as a viewer. Balatro videos are epic. So yeah, there's a lot of options there, but the Synthetic 2 will stay for now, because I love it. And the reason I chose to play this in the first place is because there's only, you know, a small group of content creators making stuff for this game, and they are all excellent. But I wanted to be a part of that. All right, Shoddy Revolvers, I love it, and I want it, and I am saving up for it. The last time we got them, they were such fun, and I want them again. Alright. Alright. The Refractor is doing great. She's doing great. I haven't forgotten. And you know what? The P20 or whatever it's called, this pistol, CR18 apparently, just wasn't even close there. Also doing great. I feel confident. The world is my oyster with this pistol in my hand. That being said, it has been overheating. The fact that this Trident laser knocks you back is a real interesting part of it. Take that how you will, but I'm going to stick with the term interesting. Alright, we're very close to the 2k credits that we need. One more kill ought to do it. Ow! We have cloaked enemies. I'm sure the game already told us that. But now you know again. We have cloaked enemies here. Yeah, I'm not sure about this whole triple laser thing just yet. But it doesn't seem outright bad. Alright, before we go crazy, reload, open this chest. We got the Vehicle Buster. Ooh. Let's test it out on this poor guy. Oh my god, it's a fucking 4-shot burst. That makes it unique amongst rocket launchers. Interesting. And Terror level up? Before we look at this weapon, we will have to deal with that. My strategy is going to be to stand right here, deploy the lasers there, shoot this guy with 4 anti-vehicle rockets, and then, yeah, impro. I like that they seek out their targets, though. That's really fun. Fun or shit, you know? That's the question. think we're gonna be fine. We have the mobility advantage at the moment. We're not getting bike spammed, which has given us an edge we wouldn't otherwise have. We all know I hate bikes. I hate bikes more than almost anything. Vehicle Buster, I don't know about you, man. But we'll keep you. We'll keep you because I like the cut of your jib. Precise, greatly reduced deviation for the shotgun revolver seems like a good one. Less reload speed though. Something we can hopefully improve on. Armor pen, better cooling. I love the dynamic reflector, man. Hits shrapnel towards other nearby targets. Or more fire rate and less burst fire delay. Ugh, let's try the dynamic reflector because I love it, as I said. Absorb 2 ammo to the current magazine and increases heat by 5 on kill. Yeah. I love that thing. I'm not taking that shit. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm not even going to tell you what it does. You can pause the video if you like. Ammo pickup and capacity. It gives you more magazine size as well. Or just crit chance and damage. I'm going to go with the boring, I think. Let's get some more capacity for these things. And at this point, I'm committed. I'm committed to the shotgun revolvers. And we'll just have to do our best with them. It's a unique concept, the shotgun revolver. I love that element of game design and gun design where they're just like, oh, you know what the coolest possible thing would be if we just like mashed two things sort of vaguely together. Like whoever's idea it was to put a chainsaw on the end of the main gun in Gears of War. I think it's called the Lancer. There's just something so implicitly fun about that, right? Hey, we got the Disc of Justicia. Throws a slow disc that glaives between targets, dealing damage and stunning. Which we're a fan of, in general. And now that we got a real weapon, dare I say, we're kind of carving through a little here. Got good upgrades on it as well. Carving through is going to get us more contracts. More contracts is going to eventually end up in us having better reload and ejection speed, as well as the other bonuses that come with completing contracts. And that's the game plan now, which is good. We actually have a game plan now. Sometimes all it takes is one weapon. Alright, reload. I don't think we needed to. I was actually meant to just switch to this. But that's our little secret. Alright. More upgrades. I love it. Refractor Sphere. Increased power. Shield boost for the summoner and the summon unit. Alright, alright. And we can't afford any other upgrades at the moment. So let's just move right on. Okay, it's good. We had a game plan. We didn't have a game plan in our scrapped episode or for the first part of this episode, but now we have a run. Conceptually, we're doing something. Now, there's a lot of guys coming our way. I hate the foam spreaders, not because of what they actually do, but because of the visual effect that comes along with what they actually do. But we are juicing them. Juicing them up. Medical Terminal, health-related upgrades. Psionic Ascension. Abilities gain 200% power at the cost of extremely weakened weaponry. 50% less weapon damage and 100% more recoil, but +2 ability effect power. Not today. Summons and gadgets activate a shield boost for both when ready. I don't really know what both means in this context. Instantly heals 3000 health, 20 health regeneration when below 20% health. It's okay. Enemies take 25 side damage per each 100 droid max health. Let's just take the lifeline. Bit of health regen when we're low might be okay. And a heal up now is, we'll take it. And a body upgrade. Health is cool. Crit damage is cool. Our current crit chance is 16%. Kind of makes that a tempting option. Yeah, let's go for the crit damage. It's not one that we take too often. And 16% is it's a modest crit chance. It's not blowing anyone's socks off. But it's categorically okay. And we have our last upgrade available for the shoddy revolvers. Hexagonal barrel choke. Less deviation and more damage if no enemy is within 10 meters. Is quite reasonable. Recoil compensating barrel. Less recoil, more fire rate. Doubled on the first shot. Kinda love it. Big bore, more weak point damage, more weapon damage. It's so hard not to go for this. Weak point hits stun for 1 second. I have to. It's so strong. We love big bore with the shoddy revolvers. I mean, just listen to that. It's glorious. Absolutely glorious. Holy. I forgot how intimidating those were. Alright, come here. Hate that, hate that, hate that, hate that, hate that, hate that. Alright, we're good. We're chilling. We are chilling. Alright. Too many cooks right now. Backing off. Excited about items. I want to replace the slicer and maybe the disc. I just don't believe in it as much, you know. Reloads grinding bullets straight back. Or kills grinding bullets straight back into the gun with this is the big deal. It's the hot item, right? Alright, if we see a bike, it's gotta go. Immediately. Oh, those folks down there. What's the bet we just die if we walk down here? Let's find out. We're chilling. Alright. Alright. Let's take this lift back up, circle up around the left side. And man, the big board's making a big difference, if you ask me. I feel more than confident that we're going to make it all the way through. Love, love, love. Let's take armor penetration this time. Love making huge statements that may not come true. Creates a bit of tension, you know. I was watching, man, for those who don't know, it's a Korean bodybuilding competition sort of show. We're gonna get rid of this slicer and take whatever we think the best thing from here is. Let's go for, yeah, items and abilities have a chance to stun. Korean bodybuilding show called Physical 100. And now the second season of that is out, and those who know the show just clicked out of this video again. So I've lost the sexist and I've lost the physical 100 fans. There's probably no one left. The show's amazing. It's compelling from start to finish. We're not going to worry about this, guys. We're just going to move on. There's a moment where they're doing a one-on-one physical competition, and it's this tiny little girl. Well, tiny. By the standards of someone like me, she's actually huge. Like, she's very muscular, very strong lady. But compared to some of the blokes on here, she is tiny. This tiny little girl going up against this relatively strong bloke. Again, it's relative to the other people on the competition. Compared to the average Joe, this guy is not relatively strong. He's insanely strong. And they're cutting around to the other contestants who are giving their thoughts on how the fight's gonna go. And a lot of them are very gracious and very nice about the whole thing. Such as, I guess, the culture over there. Both seasons of Physical 100, the contestants are just like very humble about the whole thing. That's what makes it fun to watch in a way. However, there's one dude, and he's one of people's favorites because he's got like, you know, he's just got a bit of edge to him. He's got a bit of confidence, and he's fun to watch. He's out there like, this is like a non-starter match. There's literally no hope a woman could beat this because of their biological differences. Blah 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 blah. Man, that guy looked like such an idiot when that tiny little girl just... Oh, she won, man, and she was like, I don't know. It was close-ish, but it was convincing enough that the other guy just looked like such a dingus. And that is kind of my, to circle back, it's kind of my goal when I make outlandish statements. Like, I'm confident we're going to go on the way, is to just have that little bit of spice to the whole thing. I want you guys to see me as the villain and to want me to fail in a way because I've said these things. And I want that to keep you watching. Oh, who's the real winner? But I don't want to fail. If one thing's for certain, even if I may play like I'm throwing sometimes, I very much try and get as far as possible. My reference for that is the 2-hour 46-minute run, which I would recommend. We had a great time. I don't even remember what build we had, but it was ridiculous. It was absolute rubbish. It was not fair, and I can't even remember how we died, but it probably wasn't fair either. The currently held weapon gains an alternative ammo type of the same technology, also gives you a reload and eject speed, which is just nice in general. Each collected pickup increases crit damage, very cool. Healing utility starting ability becomes twice as powerful. Man, is the crit damage tempting. Get me out of here so I can view my crit chance. 19%. Man. Yeah, that's where we're gonna go. To those who don't know, this Seek and Destroy passage, it stacks up very quickly. I'll check in 5 or so levels time, and I'm gonna have insane crit damage. Insane. There we go. Okay. I love cooling. We have overheated a little with this weapon, and it doesn't take many cooling upgrades to be almost immune to the effects of heat, which I do like a lot. Back to ability upgrades. Trident Dash. Better cooldown. Another item on the ground. The threat scanner or something. Threat detector. Can mark enemy targets, weakening the target and decreasing the damage dealt to it. Marked targets have less armor, more damage taken, and actually move slower as well. Passively, we get better recoil reset, so I'm super happy with that. And are we looking at a boss? I think we might be looking at a boss. We are. We are looking at the boys. That's what I call this boss. I had a whole monologue about how I think there should be more women in this game, and then I just call this boss the boys. Like, nothing I say means like anything. Anyway, we destroyed them because they're a completely underpowered boss. Did you guys even see them? They got absolutely refracted. Let's have a look at our class upgrade. All weapons have less deviation. Pretty cool. Weak point hits cause burning damage over time and deal 100 damage. I mean, yeah, we want to burn people's retinas. Sounds amazing. Onto the icy levels. Very, very exciting stuff. And no pun intended, I'm not feeling the heat so much right now. I'm having a great time. I hope you guys are having a great time too. It's like kind of late in the day, and I hope it's okay that I'm not like talking about the game that much. I'm definitely in the mood to just sort of coast on through, and you know, whatever comes to mind. You guys can enjoy the pretty lights on screen, and maybe none of us can think about the game that much. Maybe stick this one on late at night. Make yourself a hot chocolate or whatever you like, coffee. I'm a hot chocolate guy. I am very affirmative in my belief that, hey, let's take a stint. I'm very affirmative in my belief that some people frown upon things that are seen as childish, but they're not actually childish. Children just enjoy them. And I think hot chocolates is one of those things. Like, no one wants to order a hot chocolate because you've got to have coffee now because you're an adult and adults drink coffee. But there's nothing about coffee that's more adult than a hot chocolate. Like, it's all culture, right? So enjoy what you enjoy, no matter how old you get. If you're 90 and you love hot chocolate and you drink hot chocolate, I love you. That's how I feel about that. And I love both coffee and hot chocolate, so I'm speaking unbiasedly about that. Or as unbiasedly as I can manage, given that I'm making a subjective statement. What do we got here? What on green earth is that? I've never seen that in my life. I don't care about the master key. I will in fact just recycle it outright. Uranium 235. That's going to annoy some people that I didn't say 235. Passively changes weapon behavior. Can be activated to gain unstable radioactive reactions on weapon shots for a time. Well, we're not going to be activating it, it's going to be activating itself. Spawn an explosion for ammo radioactive canister shot. Uranium ammunitions, more armor pen, more damage against health. Slightly less fire rate. But because we have 140% power, it looks like it might even be not quite as much reduced fire rate. Anyway, this thing's going to kill us. Basically. I'm going to shoot a uranium shot straight into the wall. It's going to explode me in the face. And we can all have some fun with that. No, I don't. I can't name any other examples off the top of my head for childlike things that people ought to enjoy. But I guess, you know, you could say, like, some TV shows come under that bracket, right? Like, maybe you're 60 and you want to watch The Last Airbender again. Well, I love you. You know what I mean? People really, they want to take the fun out of life because they want to homogenize culture and the way people act. They want to say you should be one way because it makes them feel more comfortable if they're that way, because then they fit in with the people around them. It's all bullshit, guys. It's all a bunch of rubbish. Boost weapons when standing still. Grants ammo regeneration, shouldn't have fire rate. Yeah, you know. Yeah, you know, all those things. They're nice, but whatever. Let's just stick with what we got. And let's be a little more careful. You know, we've had some close calls this level. Hello. Another piece of weapon tuning is great. Ammo gain. Give me the armor pen again. For those who don't know, armor penetration in this game, if you penetrate more than the armor of the target that you're going for, the shot goes straight through them. Which, needless to say, is pretty damn good. I gotta say, I think the eraser is the upgraded eraser, the triplet, whatever it was called. Feels pretty alright to me. Now we're meant to have, I thought we were meant to have passive health regeneration if our health was under 20%, but that doesn't seem to be particularly true. Maybe I misread it, and that health regen actually means we gain more health in general, but I don't know. Let's look at weapon alternatives. We have a sniper, it's interesting. We have a triple-barreled machine gun. High damage output for low mag size. Yeah, why not? Let's give it a go. Is that low mag size? Twice the damage at twice the ammo cost. Dear lord. Alright, you're my victim. Far out, that seems pretty strong. Am I kidding myself? Reloads quickly too. Alright, another upgrade opportunity. Feels like we should be going for the healing stem, right? More charges. Power randomizer? Sure. It's now 40% less powerful. Dash upgrade, chance not to go on cooldown. We again love that. Let's upgrade this gun a couple times. Damage range, projectile speed. I love it. Chance to bleed. Reduced recoil seems really good. And another dynamic reflector. Can't get enough of it, really. Oh! When we upgraded our stim, I think we got some charges back, which is great. Man, they do not regen much because of that. Because of that negative 40. That's okay, though. We'll work it out. Maybe we'll pick up an item that heals us. I know there are healing drones or a couple other healing items around. And maybe we'll play a slower game. We'll focus more on being a chiller, you know? Man, these projectiles, they don't go as far as I'd like them to. Compared to, say, this weapon. seems incredibly strong. I mean, it runs out of ammo very quickly, but the strength besides. Alright, backing up here, terror level increase. 2 levels in a row this has happened to us. Never a good sign. Chill against the first wave. It's the bikes, man. The bikes is when you gotta worry. Like that guy, and that guy. Alright, I think we're done with bikes. And we're done with that fool. And we got a health pack, and we're doing well. What was I getting at before? I feel like I was trying to come to like a... I was trying to work on something profound that's also been said 1,000 times before, and is much less profound out of my mouth than out of anyone else's. Something be yourself, I think is kind of what I was going for. Be yourself. Don't let someone say that that's childish, or like whatever other descriptor they want to use for it that has no like actual basis in reality. Just stop and think about whether someone could categorically criticize you in that way, and whether that criticism would be valid. The answer is usually no. Usually people are full of shit, in my opinion. Myself included. I mean, look at me trying to like say anything about anything while playing a stupid game. It's just, none of it makes any sense. Alright. Scavenging 1's going to let us find plating. Plating will block damage outright. And I think we need that level of defense right now. What's the weapon going to give us? An industrial laser cutter. Weapon switching hurts. This shit is cursed? No. Goodbye. I have no interest. So yeah, enough of that. Enough of the social philosophizing. Back to the gameplay, guys. We're here for gameplay. Now that this video is approaching an hour in length, no one's going to watch it anyway. So, whatever I talk about, it's all chill. Hot chocolate, specifically the Cadbury brand drinking chocolate. Between half to a whole teaspoon of sugar, depending on the size of my mug. Look, guys. Increased movement speed and speed summons reduces mobility, skill cooldown. Yeah. Let's make our trident absolutely overpowered. Let's give it like virtually no cooldown. Had to stim there. Had to stim there. I had no choice. You might have seen my health drop to like 1 or 2. Don't even worry about it. It was a trick of the light. Okay, bottom right. And then we're good to go. What is this? It's a compositor. I don't know what that does. And I don't have the money to find out, which is really frustrating. I still don't have the money to find out. That is really, really sad. I would love to have seen what that does. Next time we see one, we'll make sure we save up for it if we see it early. Sorry about that one, guys. I would have loved to have seen that too. But we made it to the final level. Against all odds, we're going to pop a stim right away. An underpowered stim. And, you know, hopes and dreams. Hey, let's upgrade this before we go crazy. Time and time again, I don't want to see this tape mags bullshit. More fire rate, more magazine size, less heat. Never bad. Chance on weapon shots to gain strong ammo regen for 3 seconds. Why not? Yeah, this thing does insane damage. Probably because of this modifier. 0% chance to jam, 100% weapon damage, and +1 ammo cost per shot. Probably a little something to do with that. Now when they say strong ammo regen, I wonder how strong they mean. Oh my god. I forgot there were more of these here. See, this is what I mean by the rust. Alright, back up. More of that. Threat detector's been really cool. Can't help but feel like that's been saving my ass a little bit. Nothing like nerfing an enemy to the ground. Hey, another body upgrade. I'm feeling like... Man, luck could be really cool. Let's go for health. I think defensibility is one of our sore spots at the moment. Defensibility? Let's just say defense. I think A, it sounds a little better, and B, it's actually English. I'm probably... Man. The game knows. Every time I slip back into hot chocolate chat, it just throws something new at me. I reckon I'm like a 75-25 water to milk guy in hot chocolates. But I'm gonna throw another spanner in the works. I prefer a cold chocolated drink. Say a classic chocolate, which is an Australian cold chocolate milk brand, for those not in the know. Or the absolute creme de la creme, the Milo. The Milo, guys. Now with Milo though, there's one very important thing. Milo is like virtually insoluble. I don't know why it's designed that way, but it just doesn't love actually dissolving properly into cold milk. So you need to put a little bit of Milo in the base of your glass. If you're Australian and you're listening to this and you don't do this, is going to change your entire life. You put a little bit of Milo, you put as much Milo as you want in the bottom of your glass. Then you put on the kettle, you pour some very hot water into it. It will dissolve into that. It will dissolve in hot water. So you use that. You dissolve it into the hot water. Then you add your milk. By the time you add your milk, the temperature's all leveled out to where you want it to be anyway. You won't even notice that you put part water in there. And you're chilling. Promise. It's the way to go. It's the only way to have Milo. Don't have Milo hot, it's disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. Fire rate reloading? Let's go reloading, right? I'm still so squishy. And it's making me freaked out. That's why I'm talking about Milo. I'm trying to calm myself down. You understand? Hey, other good news that's happened in the interim. News that, you know, probably only I am interested in, but hey, something to talk about. Neil Young and Joni Mitchell's music is back on Spotify, which is huge. Huge for me. I love both those artists. I immediately listened to Blue again. What a great record that is. It's Joni Mitchell's Blue, for those wondering, for those playing along at home. And I plan on listening to a number of Neil Young albums as well. Namely, Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere. Probably his first, like, true classic album. I think it was only his second album, too. The sophomore. Smashed it on the sophomore. You gotta listen to Harvest and After the Gold Rush as well, obviously. And then, you know, On the Beach, Tonight's the Night. Hey, he's got quite the discography. Joni too. I mean, Hyra as well. She's got a number of classics. Look, we got to get this stim back in action. I know I'm spending a lot, but God, yes, high power but costs 200 shields. I don't care. Hit me. Now we're talking. Yeah. 720 odd health. Yeah. That's more like it. On to the final boss, guys. The last defender. Let's get it done. Gotta wait for a shield to drop as usual. And then just get on in. Look at how much damage we're dealing. Coming off the refractor is always nice as well. Hey, let's reload. I feel like dealing with the ads is going to be a good idea. When I say Ricardo, that's obvious. Of course, dealing with the ads is going to be a good idea. Not always. Sometimes your only shot is to boss rush it down, but we made it. Now, do I feel like we're loop friendly? Yeah, not really. I think loop presents, because of the dangerous cutting down of our health and shields that happens on loop, and the increased danger, we're gonna be in for it. Look, I'm gonna go lightning fast on the loop explanation, alright? Loop gives you less ammo gain, less healing regeneration, less crit damage, and less dodge chance. Every area, less max health and shields, higher enemy danger, as we've already mentioned. We're going to be fighting the same bosses as we did before. We're going to be picking new rewards in addition to the ones we already have. And I feel the need to say it's like a part of my shtick. There's a shitty filter over everything that makes it terrible to play, terrible to watch. Please get rid of it. I love you developers. I love this game. I love the original game. The filter is just not... Just give me an option to take it off. Alright? It's not gonna affect me in any way. Or you... I mean, it costs you manpower to put that option in the game. I understand that. Please at some point just... either get rid of the filter or give us that option. I hate this shit. But we'll see how long we go, guys. It's tough going on loop. There was a long period of time where we weren't getting anywhere on loop. A number of our first episodes were spent just crying. we can only do our best. The biggest thing to look out for is the ambushes, and how many other enemies they attract towards us. Alright, what are the options we got here? We've seen a couple of these before, but we do have dexamphetamine. Greatly increased focus at the cost of max health. No. More reduced mobility cooldown? I wonder if that stacks. Let's get really fast with it. I want to be zooming around. Let's just take every movement speed buff we can until the end of time. We made it past loop level 1, I mean that's something. Yeah, let me know, now that we're in a different era here. Hello. Now that we're back to doing videos, if you're watching this out of sheer chance, hey, let me focus a little here, and if I die, we'll just say it all at the end, right? Another stim. Spawn. Run. I hate bikes. I think these are bikes. They're not bikes. They are bikes. Oh boy. Die, bike. There's more happening. Ambushed, just do not mess around. Another bike? Stop this madness. Alright. What was I saying? I was saying something. Yes, if you're watching this by any chance, and you want to watch more of this, please tell me what you want to see. Not only did I mention different games, but there's stuff you can do in this game as well. There are custom modes to change the variables somewhat. Could be pretty fun. There are certain characters, certain builds you want to see. I'm your guy. Alright, I will do what you want when you want. Actually, not when you want, but I will do what you want. Hello. Alright, we got stuff. We got stuff happening. Now, my eyes serve me correctly. Yeah, that did say grenade arm. Allows reloading faster and throwing more often. Kinda cool. But not that cool. Removes charges cost from the healing and utility ability. Adds 40 seconds to the cooldown. We do slightly less damage against health and less crit damage. We can make up for that, I think. Let's get the heals going. And some reduced damage. I feel like we do enough damage. Do we not? Ow! I did not realize that would be damaging me. Alright. I told you guys I would give you a look at Seek and Destroy. It's given us 78% crit damage, and that's only going to increase more. So nearly double, well, approaching double the crit damage. It's pretty strong. Now, we've just reduced our flat crit damage, which isn't going to help the whole process. However, hopefully that still proves that it's quite the ability. Very, very strong. Hey, we can heal up. All we have to do is wait for a cooldown now every time we need help, and that is something else. Is it going to help us in boss fights and in particularly sticky situations that require immediate help? Not so much. Is it going to help us sort of day to day? Yeah. Oh yeah. That thing die already? It sure did. So yeah, I want to try new stuff in this game, but I just don't know what to try first. So, if you're watching, just tell me something you want to see. I want to see die, Ricardo. I want to see lose. Don't worry, it's upon us. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but loop is not for the faint of heart. But we're getting better at it. That's one thing I'm proud of when it comes to this series, is that I've certainly gotten a lot better at the game as we've gone along. And even though nobody wants to watch the runs that are hours long, I love playing them. I absolutely love just smashing stuff through on loop and just talking off the top of my head. It's a real de-stressor for me. I genuinely enjoy this whole process so much. Except editing. I hate editing. So if I can go without a stoppage in this whole run, not have to edit a single thing, I'm going to be happy as a pig in shit. Now, I was using the term happy as a pig in shit the other day. And someone gave me the most quizzical look I have ever seen. And said, what the heck are you talking about? I said, you know, happy as a pig in shit. Like pigs, when they're in shit, they're happy. You know, people say that. They're like, no, people don't say that. I'm like, yeah, sure they do. I've been growing up, I heard it all the time. They're like, it's happy as a pig in mud. Happy as a pig in mud? Apparently that's like what it is. I found out that I'm pretty sure, to the best of my knowledge, it is like just my mother that says happy as a pig in shit. So if you're watching, back to this bullshit, if you're watching, and you've heard the term happy as a pig in shit before, please let me know. I like the idea that my mother isn't alone. I just realized that stuff on the ground there that's damaging us, that's the uranium. I believe that is the uranium. Alright, another terror level increase. Both personally and in the game. I'm just going to try and get aggressive. And one of those. The only thing worse than being exposed in this game is being overwhelmed. Ouch. Popped a stim there. Whew. It's not looking good. Yep. Probably should have gone away from the bike instead of towards, but hey. I said I'd be aggressive, and I made good on that. But we did it. Let's have a look at what level we are with the Eliminator class now. I always have so much fun with the Eliminator class. Level 10. Pretty good. Mastery is happening at level 15, so we're still quite far from that. Next time we're probably just going to cycle back to the Breacher. And I'm hoping to maybe chuck on a modifier now that we're hitting loop consistently. You know? Relaxed sim, no. Won't be any of those, but it might be something like this stuff, you know? I mean, high lethality. Enemy damage, enemy speed, enemy fire rate. More player damage? Ooh, that could be a beauty. We might try that. We might try high lethality next time. Until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you in the next one.